morning. This is Ma'am Rinalyn Helvano, your science teacher right in your home. Today, we are going to discuss on how to locate places on Earth using coordinate system, the latitudes and longitudes. Are you ready? Yes. So, demonstrate how places on Earth may be located using coordinate system. At the end of this module, you are expected to 1. Differentiate latitude from longitude. Describe the location of Philippines using latitude and longitude. Use coordinate system in determining the location of different places. 4. Manifest the values of obedience and sense of direction in everyday life. So for your pre-test, you need to answer the following. Choose the letter of the best answer. You need to write the letter of your choice on your answer. So you need to write your answer on your paper. So you need to submit it tomorrow. So let us overview the Philippine environment. Everything that we see around us makes up our environment. The landforms and bodies of water that makes up the landscape, the mountains and valleys, rivers and seas are all present in our environment. So here in the Philippines, we have our mountains. So we also have our valleys. We also have lakes and ocean. So these are all parts of our Philippine environment. The climate, the rains, the monsoons, and the warm humid weather that we frequently experience are all part of the Philippine environment. The rains that brought by monsoons are all part of the Philippine environment. So, the summer seasons or hot dry seasons depends on the place where it is located on the globe. The natural resources that we make use of, every plant and animals that live around us are all part of the Philippine environment. The water, oil, the forest, the rocks, minerals, soils and animals are all parts of the Philippine environment. All these things that we find in our surroundings and all the natural phenomena that we observe are not due to some random luck or accident. What makes up our environment is very much related to where our country is on the globe. The characteristics of our environment are determined by the location of the Philippines on the planet. Different tools can be used in finding the position of a place on Earth. These are the compass, radar, GPS, the map, and the globe. In this video, we are going to focus on maps and globes. A map is a two-dimensional graphical representation of an area, land or sea, depicting physical features. While the globe is a three-dimensional spherical model of the Earth. So let us observe the map and the globe. So what do they share in common? You are right. So both the map and the globe are made of horizontal lines and vertical lines that intersect with each other. We cannot really see these lines on the surface of the Earth, so they are called as imaginary lines. These imaginary lines are very important in locating places on Earth. The horizontal imaginary lines that run from east to west is what we call as latitudes. Since the Earth is a sphere, the distance of a place in globe is measured in degrees. The starting line of latitude measurement is what we call the equator. Therefore, the equator is a assigned value for 0 degrees. The equator is read as 0 degree latitude. The equator divides the Earth into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So the northern hemisphere is an area located above the equator up to the North Pole. It extends above the equator to 90 degrees going up. On the other side, the southern hemisphere is an area located below the equator up to South Pole. It extends below the equator to 90 degrees going down. So, the notable latitudes are shown in the pictures and they are given special names. The latitude of a place has something to do with its climate. The part of the world between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is what we call as tropics. Countries located in the zone experiences a tropical climate where the annual average temperature is above 18 degrees Celsius. This is the reason why the Philippines is what we call a tropical country. We experience warm temperature. Between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle is what we call as Northern Temperate Zone, and between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle is the Southern Temperate Zone. Countries in this zone experiences 4 seasons. So these seasons are what we called as winter, spring, summer, autumn. So areas with Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle are called polar or frigid zones. So countries located in these zones experience cold temperatures. Aside from the horizontal imaginary lines, we also have the vertical imaginary lines. These lines that run from north to south of a map or globe are called longitudes. They extend from pole to pole on a globe. To easily visualize the longitude, let us use this map. Okay. The starting point for measuring the longitude is what we call prime meridian, which is located on 0 degree. It is referred to as 0 degree longitude. The prime meridian class divides the Earth into another pair of hemisphere. The western hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere. Very good. Okay, the western hemisphere extends from the prime meridian to 180 degrees going to the left, while the eastern hemisphere extends from the prime meridian to 180 degrees going to the right. The latitude and longitude degrees represent exact places on Earth. When these latitudes and longitudes are combined, we can locate places on Earth. In this video, you learned, diba? The 2 imaginary lines can be found on a map or globe, the latitude and the longitude. So, the equator is located on 0 degree latitude that divides the map into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, while the prime meridian is located at 0 longitude that divides into eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. So, this is very simple, and of course, I know that some of you here learned from the lesson. So, I have something for you, so I want you to learn. And okay, so for your independent assessment 1, you need to determine the places located on the following coordinates. So we have 2 axes, the x-axis and the y-axis. The x-axis is labeled as 1 to 8, same with the y-axis. So you need inside the graph are the places that you are going to locate. For example, the jeepney station, it is labeled as 1 x-axis and 3 y-axis, or it is labeled as 0.1 and 3. So you need to answer for number 1 to 5. So you need to fill in the data below the or inside the table. So you need to write your answer on your paper. So for your independent activity number 2, you need to label the parts of the globe. So you need to come up with a globe, or you need to borrow a globe from your neighborhood, or from your ate, or from our school. So you need to solve the crossword puzzle for your independent assessment 2. Use the clues provided below or the answers in independent activity 2 for additional clues. So it is a puzzle activity. So the given definitions are already inside the table, and you just need to come up with the answers provided in the data below. So that is for your independent assessment 2. For independent activity 3, arrange the following steps in determining the latitude and longitude or coordinates on a map or globe. Use capital letters A to E. So for example, for number 1, put your measurements together to determine the coordinates. So you need to arrange 1 to 5 labeled as A to E. Okay, so I am expecting your answers tomorrow morning. For your what's more independent assessment 3, around the globe directions, locate the given places using coordinates of latitude and longitude. So you need to fill out the table with correct coordinates. For example, star. So star. The coordinates are 60 degrees north and 120 degrees west. So you need to answer from letter A to E. So you need to find out the coordinates. Okay, so the given map .
Thank you.